In 2005, Australian songwriter and musician, and one-third of the Bends, Ben Lee released Awake Is the New Sleep, and performed in Seattle on his tour. To help promote the album and concert, Ben and his band arranged to perform live in the studios of KMTT 103.7 FM, known as The Mountain. The Mountain is known for recording primarily acoustic performances, broadcasting them live, and then occasionally playing them back on the air in the regular playlists. They also released a collection of these songs for charity every year, raising money for the Wilderness Society. Afternoon DJ Marty Reamer, one of the biggest personalities at the station at the time, helped build hype for Ben by arranging for a set of 4 listeners to clap and sing along live on his big hit, Catch My Disease. I was very familiar with the song by the time the opportunity was announced, and found it to be a fun, catchy song that deserved the airplay that it got. In the week or two that led up to the experimental event, Marty had people call in and try out to be the lucky performers. I was unemployed during the time, so I figured it would be a fun thing to try out for, and I knew I was qualified, so I decided to give it a shot, and it paid off. Here are some notes, photos, and commentary about the event, and the audio from the recording, minus the other 2 songs that I didn't perform on. Enjoy!
Hey, joining us in the Mountain Music Lounge today, we have a full house, Australian-born singer-songwriter who burst onto the music scene in 1993 as part of...
My bio always says I burst.
You burst. You blew out onto the scene.
I didn't just appear, I burst.
Well, you were in this great indie rock band called Noise Addict at the age of ripe old age, 13 at the time, 14?
Yeah, 14 as a late start.
14. So we are now fast-forwarding 11-some years. He's, in the meantime, released 6 solo?
Yeah, give or take.
Give or take. Some of them have been released here, some of them in Australia. The latest release is a wonderful disc called Awake Is the New Sleep. Ben Lee is here in the Mountain Music Lounge. Hello, Ben.
How's it going?
Good to have you here. The applause comes from our listeners who auditioned specifically to be here and sing backup for you on Catch My Disease, which will be the last song we perform. Yeah. So we'll let them kind of get warmed up and familiarize themselves.
Let them soak up the rock and roll mojo.
Right. And then they too will burst onto that song.
Yeah, they're bursting onto radio.
Ben Lee is performing tonight at the Crocodile Cafe, but let's get him live here on the air first. This is Ben Lee in the Music Lounge on the Mountain.
All right, we're going to burst into a song called Whatever It Is.
Very nice, very nice. 1037 The Mountain, that's Ben Lee performing live in the Mountain Music Lounge. And if you were tuned in for that, you probably thought, wow, the backup singer is very good. But that was Ben's own backup singer, band member, backup singer. Do you want to do a quick introduction of who you've brought in here, Ben?
I'd love to do that. I have my friend Lara playing keyboards.
So that was Lara's voice you just heard.
That was Lara. You know, that's Nick playing the bass guitar.
Hi, Nick.
That's Gary playing the drums, otherwise known as Eric.
I can't really see Gary. He's on the floor.
Yeah. And that's Gowan on the mandola.
On the man.
I like saying it like that, like it's a prize on the New Price is Right. And that's Gowan on the mandola. Can I hear a bid for that?
Ben Lee has a new CD out called Awake Is the New Sleep. The song you just heard is the song that inspired that title, so it just means that you're in this constant state of relaxation.
Well, relaxation and expanding consciousness, right? Like opening your heart, trying to work out how to be more involved and connected with the world, try and offer something to give back and try and make some change, you know?
Yeah. Tell me about the first time you were in Seattle. Was that a while ago now?
Probably when my first record, Grandpa Wood, came out, probably when I toured. I can't remember if I played Seattle on that tour, but around then it would have been mid-90s. Pretty exciting time, the salad days of Seattle.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, you actually have a bit of a connection because the guy that brought Nirvana to Australia was also responsible for signing you, isn't that right?
Yeah, and I have quite greasy hair. But I don't drink coffee.
Is that right? No coffee at all?
Yeah. But no, I mean, I actually started a band the day after I saw Nirvana play live. That for me was a turning point. I mean, it was, that punk rock, the real spirit of it is do it yourself. You can do anything, that was carried through in all those artists, even if it doesn't sound like punk rock, So for me, that just came into me. It was like a download,
Did you, at the time when you first came to Seattle, you were what, like 15, 16 years old?
Something like that.
Yeah, you were still in school at the time?
Yeah, I was in school. I came on my school holidays.
Yeah. Was that a wild experience to even come to the States and be touring over here?
Definitely. I had all these I'd seen the movie The Doors, so I thought I was going to have some kind of big rock and roll groupie experience. I found like
Didn't
the
turn
indie
out
rock
that way?
scene in the mid-90s for a 14-year-old boy wasn't the best place to get laid.
All right. Okay, well, we're going to play one more song, and then we'll get to Catch My Disease. One test of a good backup singer is to know when not to sing, and so far our backup singers have done very well.
Oh, they're doing great. I mean, the restraint, their presence is palpable.
Yeah, you can tell they want to jump in.
But they're holding back out of respect for the music. They're serving the song.
Ben Lee's at the Crocodile Cafe tonight, but first he's here in the Mountain Music Lounge. What are you going to play next?
Going to play for you a song called No Right Angles.
All right, Ben Lee in the Mountain Music Lounge. Woo! Very nice. 1037 The Mountain. That is a live performance here in the Mountain Music Lounge. Ben Lee, who's in town for a show tonight at the Crocodile Cafe. His new CD is called Awake is the New Sleep. Thank you very much for coming by. It's really a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
Meeting you. So I saw you on Conan.
Yes.
And I also kind of get a sense from the CD, from the artwork on the CD, and from the stage set on the Conan O'Brien show. There's a flower theme.
Yeah, well, a lot of it's about rock shows are so they're so just, it's like people going to work. You know what I mean? Like, you know what you're getting, everything. We try and make our show, it's almost like ceremonial. It's got some kind of like, it's not religious, but it's got some kind of feeling that it's a ritual. There's a real ceremony. So we find like by decorating the place and just like putting some thought into that, you create this atmosphere that just makes it like very thick with good things.
So is your show even more that way than what we saw on the Conan O'Brien?
Yeah, I mean,
show?
we have a revolving drum kit. We all play in jock straps.
Good. And
which we actually named today as penis bras.
All right.
Which I thought was good.
That's bra.
Yeah. So and we just try and do something. It's like a show, but not in the traditional rock and roll sense. Like I want the music to be like a healing experience, where people just get out of, if they're depressed, just get some inspiration,
That's very cool. And you had backup singers on that show.
Yes, indeed.
I'm curious where you rounded them up from.
Pretty much like different shelters around the city. No, they were just friends,
Oh, they were friends of yours.
Yeah,
all right. So you didn't just pull them down from the audience.
Yeah, no, I have friends.
Okay. I wouldn't question that. All right. Well, we have 4 backup singers that we're providing you here for this song. Catherine Bass is here.
And they'll do anything we want.
Yeah, absolutely anything. Catherine is here. Michelle Chamberlain.
Hey.
Well, you're going to have to speak up a little bit, Michelle. This is no time for you to be shy. Jeff Farrell, we wish he were a little more shy, but all right, but he's not. And Randy Parcell. So those are your 4 backup singers. You
rigorous screening. Rigorous screening.
Absolutely. They had to be able to dial a phone.
They're
One of them has opera training. Is that right? Yeah?
well, that's going to come in very useful.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So it worked on me. I was like, opera, all right. She knows more than I do. So here we go. This is Ben Lee and company on the song Catch My Disease. Do you need to tell them anything else before we go here?
Just, you know what? It's not whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game.
Right.
Just play a good game, a fair game, and let's see what we can do here, Seattle, all right?
This is Ben Lee in the Music Lounge on the Mountain.
You ready? Your hands warmed up? All right. Oh, yeah, spirit fingers. Good. Okay, here we go. That's it. Yeah. My head is a box filled with nothing, and that's the way I like it. My garden's a secret compartment, and that's the way I like it. Yeah, that's the way I like it. Your body's a dream that turns violent, and that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. The winter is long in the city, and that's the way I like it. So please, baby, open your heart and catch my disease. stage in Pomona, and that's the way I like it. Great. She drank beer with Coca-Cola, and that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. She told me about the winds from Santa Ana, and that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. She told me she loved me like fireworks, 'cause that's the way I like it. So please, baby, please, open your eyes and catch my disease. So please, baby, please, come on and catch my disease. Catch it for me now. Here we go. Na 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 na. Woo! Catch it. And they play My Chemical Romance on the radio, and that's the way I like it. And they play Rachel Yamagata on the radio, and that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. And they play Bon Jovi on the radio, yeah, and that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. They don't play me on the radio. That's the way I like it. So please, baby, please, open your heart and catch my disease. So please, baby, please, come on and catch my disease. Come on, guys, catch my disease. Catch my disease. You catch my disease. Catch my disease. Yeah.
That was brilliant.
That was a
people.
hootenanny.
My goodness. I love all of you now. It's like a revival in here.
Yeah.
That was exactly the spirit we were looking for. Thank you, guys. You were wonderful. That was really cool, Ben, and you directed them extremely well. I even knew what to do, although I didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, but you looked good.
Yeah. At the very end, I got caught up by the whole fever, and I
You
clapped my
got a
hands.
bit excited, didn't you?
Yeah.
I saw some sweat beads forming on your brow.
All right. Ben Lee. Is this microphone on? Okay, it sounds weird. Ben Lee is performing tonight.
I'm just
at the
taking
Crocodile
control,
Cafe.
that's all.
Turn his mic down. We don't need him anymore. Thank you guys all very much for coming in with all the gear and allowing us to put the backup singers with you. It was really a lot of fun.
Cool, man. Thanks for having us here.
Hurry back, okay?
Awesome.
Ben Lee in the Mountain Music Lounge tonight at the Crocodile Cafe. We'll be back in just a moment here on 103.7 The Mountain.
Yeah.